it mean to build a legacy on your own terms? Hi, I'm Tanya Hendricks, and this is Legacy Her Way, the podcast where we explore how women are creating powerful personal legacies through family, faith, business, community, and beyond. From foster moms to founders, creatives to caregivers, we go beyond the buzzwords and talk about real life, real impact, and the values that guide it all. Whether you're building wealth, raising kids, or launching your next big thing, this space is for you. And this episode is sponsored by Huntsville Estate Planning Lawyer, where we empower your vision and secure your future through estate planning and trademarks. So let's talk legacy, her way, your way, the way that matters most. Today's guest is someone who has forged her own legacy, forged her own path, and made some great friends along the way. This is, and when I say great friends, everybody who knows Anya loves her. So I'm excited for you to meet Anya today if you've never met her before. So Anya Rhoades is a loan officer with North Alabama Mortgage. She loves helping families reach their home ownership goals, and she's also passionate about helping people grow their wealth and legacies through buying homes as investments. And she'll talk a little bit about that in this episode. As I said, everybody who knows Anya loves her. She's very personable, has an incredible amount of knowledge. So I want to just dive right on in and welcome Anya to the show.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the faith in me.
Well, I mean, you are an incredible person. I mean, as I said, you got a great personality. Everybody loves you. You got an incredible amount of knowledge, particularly when it comes to mortgages and people buying homes for investment purposes. You kind of created a niche for that. And we're going to talk about that because it is a way that you're building your legacy. But before we dive into all of that, I want people to hear a little bit about you. So tell us a little bit about Anya. Give us your little biographical information.
All right. My biographical information. I am very happily married to my husband. Together, we have 7 children. We've got 4 dogs, 22 chickens, and a whole lot of chaos all the time. So there's probably going to be dogs barking in the background at one point or another during this podcast. I'm sorry. Maybe even my grandbaby screaming. Not sure. We'll find out. But everything that I do is for my family and to really create a legacy for them. I love helping people. I love helping people grow and learn, and I love to educate, even if that means that, maybe I'm not going to get the loan. Maybe I'm not going to be the right fit for this person. But if I can help them and teach them and help them be able to, create something down the road, I live off of that. I thrive off of it.
Yeah. So you're mom to 7 kids, a combined total of 7 kids. I was jokingly saying a few minutes ago, you got 50 kids because you do have a lot.
Feels like a million some days. Yeah. Just depends on the day.
Yeah. And you have 1 grandchild or 2?
1 grandbaby.
One grandbaby. 20 chickens, 4 dogs.
And I forgot the kitty. She hides. We got a kitty too.
So how do you do all of that? How do you juggle 7? I know most of your children, they're all adult. Are they all adults or you still have some?
Most of them. We still have 1 left in high school. She'll be a senior this year.
Okay. So how do you juggle all of that?
I fake it every day. And now that they're adults, everybody thinks, okay, well, it's a lot less stressful and you'll have all this free time. What everybody doesn't tell you is that you stress more about your adult children than you do when they're not adults. So
yeah,
it's just a constant fake it till you make it and just keep going. And every day's a new day and every day presents new challenges and you just tackle them as they come.
Yeah, and before we got on the podcast, your phone was ringing. It was one of your kids. This kind of part of life. Was it your adult child calling?
Yes, actually, one of my adult children calling. My oldest daughter, she was giving me a call. I watch grandbaby several days a week. most mornings, and then I drop her off at daycare usually, but several days a week I keep her, and Fridays are one of those days that I have her. And so she was just calling to check in, see how things are going while she was on break from her job.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think a lot of people can relate to the juggling aspect of having a career and having a family and trying to fake it till we make it. But should we be faking it? What are your thoughts on that?
well, I think I say fake it till you make it, but really it's just being real. You're not, when you're in front of clients and customers, for the most part, we're pretending we have all our stuff together. And
No.
I don't have everything together, but that's what makes me human. And
Yes.
then it's also what makes me be able to multitask and be good at my job, is because I do have a million things I'm juggling all at once, but I can still function and be a good mom and still have a career and be client facing and referral partner facing all at the same time. So really it's being real. It's not pretending that everything is perfect all the time, because it's not, it never is. And so I feel like, when I'm in the professional world, I feel like I'm faking it. I feel like, oh, I've got to be professional. I've got to fake it till I make it. I got to put on this face, when in reality, I'm just being me, and take it or leave it. And I'm always there to help people and to do,
You froze up.
everything that I can do, but there are time limitations and things like that. So I always want to, Oh, sorry.
I can hear you and you're frozen.
Did I come back? Are you there? I don't see you.
Okay.
There.
Were you frozen on your end?
No, not on my end. You froze on my end.
Oh. Okay. So and I'm so aggravated because it was such a good talk. You're doing so good talking about that.
That's okay. Now we've totally lost that train of thought. We're on to the next one.
I know. So I think it's important that women listening to this podcast understand that, if they're wanting to pursue a new path, or they've got a dream they want to pursue, but they don't think they can do it all, or they think they have to be perfect at everything, and they have to be the perfect mom or the perfect employee or the perfect boss, that it's okay that you're not perfect. And I think you were expressing that wonderfully there. Just saying, I juggle things. I do the best I can, but I'm not perfect.
If you're perfect, then you're completely imperfect, because there's no way anybody can be perfect. And if you're striving for perfection, you lose your sense of self.
Yeah.
You're going to lose who you are trying to be what everybody else wants you to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think it's more important to be yourself and juggle everything and do what you got to do. And some pieces might fall, but some are going to land in the right place. Mm-hmm. So you just keep going.
Well, I think that's a perfect segue into one of the questions that I ask often on this podcast is, what does success look like to you? I mean, is it success with your career? Is it success with the family? Is it kind of a combination? What does success look like to you?
So for me, success is happiness and freedom. Right? So happiness with family and time, and being able to spend that and that dedicated and intentional time with family and with loved ones and friends, but also being able to have financial freedom to be able to maintain that time. So for me, success, I don't feel like I've reached success yet. I have goals and I have ambitions and I have things that I still want to complete. I don't feel like I'm successful yet because I haven't reached those. I strive for them, but that's a daily task and a daily challenge. Mm-hmm. But for me, success would be to have something tangible to be able to pass down to my children and their children.
Okay.
but to also be able to pass those memories as well.
What are some of those memories and things that you were hoping to pass down?
Just really, it's just time. Memories are made every day. Some are better than others. But I want more positive than negative ones. I want to be able to travel with my kids and grandkids and just be able to spend that time together enjoying each other instead of worrying about work and worrying about is this situation okay, or can we do this or can we do that. I want to be able to just be able to relax and enjoy them.
Mm-hmm. So, as an estate planning lawyer, I talk about legacy a lot, and the podcast is called Legacy Her Way. And I think you've already kind of answered this, but I want to know what does legacy mean to you? We talked about success, and you talked about passing down things that are intangibles. But what does legacy mean to you?
Well, and really, success and legacy for me are they're kind of the same goal.
For sure.
I want to be able to pass something tangible and something not tangible. So me leaving a legacy for my children would be the same as me accomplishing success.
Nice.
I would be able to have those tangible things passed down to them, but also those memories and those experiences, being able to have them remember me for some of those.
Yeah. Right. You mentioned one of your ideas of success is financial freedom. So you have a job, you have a career, North Alabama Mortgage. Why did you choose that path?
Actually, it kind of chose me. I didn't choose it. I didn't know what it was going to be like. There was a really good friend of ours that convinced me to start working again once we moved to Alabama. And he was like, "Oh, you would be so great in this industry. You'd be wonderful. You'd find success. You'd be able to make all this money and you'll have so much more free time." And lies, all of them lies to start off with, right? And I didn't realize for the first several years that I worked in mortgage, because I didn't start out with North Alabama Mortgage. So for the first several years that I worked in mortgage, I didn't see the potential in it. And as I've grown and learned and everything now, I see the potential. I'm reaping some of the rewards, and able to, I guess, have that vision board. Some of those things are starting to become attainable.
Nice. So when you just said that you didn't see that potential, were you talking about for yourself, or are you talking about for the people you serve?
Both. I didn't have the confidence in myself to guide people. I didn't necessarily lack the knowledge, but I lacked the self-confidence to be able to help people and be that resource for them that I am now. I didn't see it at the beginning. And it took me moving to North Alabama Mortgage to really grasp onto the fact that I can help so many people. I have the ability and the heart and the, definitely the knowledge at this point. And I've got so much to teach and so much to, help other people learn, that I find that as a driving force now.
What is it that you want to teach people about what you do, or how you can help them?
It's the potential. I want to teach them about what the potential is, and I want to teach them how to get there. Real estate's an amazing opportunity to not only invest in yourself, but invest in your family and your future. And if you do it the right way with the right combinations, then it can be really successful. It can be profitable. It can give you more free time. It can lead to a potentially, happier life or happier retirement or, whatever. It just gives you a lot more options to be able to figure out what you really want to do with your life without having to worry so much about finances.
Mm-hmm. As you're talking about what you do, I know the passion you have for this, and I can see it and hear it in your voice as you're talking about it. What makes you so passionate about it?
Oh, you just broke up. I can't hear you.
What makes you? I can hear the passion in your voice, and
Okay.
you're really passionate about what you do. So, what makes you so passionate about it?
I genuinely want to help people. Like I'm a helpy helper. I want to help people. I grew up very, very poor. Answering debt collectors' phone calls for parents, stealing food from grandma because our cupboards were bare. Mm-hmm. And I don't want anybody else to have to struggle financially, because when you're struggling financially, it puts a strain on everything else in your life.
Yes.
And it makes everything else more difficult. And money is not the answer to every problem, and I know that. Mm-hmm. But when you're financially stable, it can make other parts and aspects of your life a lot easier and it's easier to manage. So for me, I want to give people something better than what I had. Mm-hmm. And, raising 7 kids, I wasn't doing this job in the beginning. I haven't been doing this my whole life. I have a whole, previous chapter where, we were living paycheck to paycheck, juggling bills, trying to figure out, okay, well, how much can we afford in groceries this week? How many casseroles can we eat? No, we don't have money for new shoes for the kids that need it this week, but maybe next week we'll see, Mm-hmm. So living that life, knowing that that's not something that people have to do. I want to teach people how to get past that, much further past, not just, okay, well, maybe I have a month or 2 in savings, let's figure out how to have a year's worth of salary in savings and have investment accounts and have income coming in from, residual income. Let's figure out how to help you be stable so that you don't have to live that way, because I did. Mm-hmm. And I don't want anybody to go through that.
So what do you do? I mean, if someone I would assume somebody reaches out to you because they're trying to buy a house, mm-hmm. and they're needing a mortgage. How do you have those conversations with people? Like, they don't really qualify for a mortgage. I mean, what happens there? Like, I can't help you. You send them away, or what do you do?
No. So really, when somebody calls me for a mortgage, it turns into a lifelong friendship because it's, if they're not approved right now, that doesn't mean they can't be later. So it's never a no. Sometimes it's just a not right now. Let's figure out a path and a plan and how to move forward so that you can be in a position to purchase, so that you can be in a position to own that home, first generation home buyer, and all of that. Let's figure out how to help you get back on top of your finances. So I'll go through credit reports with them, and we'll go through spending habits and budgets and things like that to help people be able to succeed.
So for you to succeed, it took you going from one place, and I won't name the other place.
No.
What was it? When did you realize that you had to make that leap, make that change?
Actually, I didn't realize I needed to make that change. My boss, our owner at North Alabama Mortgage, Brian Hamaker, he's the inspiration behind my change. I didn't want to change. I am loyal. I was going to stick it out with the company I was at before. And he called me out of the blue. I had no idea who this man was or what he did. And he gives me a call and he says, Anya, I'd like to talk with you. And I'm like, well, I'm not interested in changing companies. No, thank you. But I appreciate your time. That's cool. And he's like, just sit down and meet with me. That's it. Just come sit and meet with me. And I'm like, okay, all right. Nothing to lose, nothing to,
Mm-hmm.
you gain a friendship or gain a referral partner or something. And I'm like, that's great. All right. I'll go sit down and meet with you. And little did I know this was actually an interview. And he looked at me and he said, you could do so much more if you have more support.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a family behind you, holding you up and pushing you to be a better version of yourself. And I didn't believe him because I really thought that what I was doing was fine. It was good enough. I had motivation and drive, but I just was getting hit with a lot of roadblocks all the time. And so I'm, didn't really think at the time, I still didn't think that I was going to change companies. But it was him having faith in me that I could be successful, and him seeing that I could do so much more than what I was doing. It took me probably a week and a half, 2 weeks before I called him back. And I was like, yeah, I think I will work for you because you've got more faith in me than I have in myself. And as soon as I started working there, everybody, and we call it the NAM fam, everybody just scooped me up and were like, this is how we do things here. And welcome to the family. And let's go. There was no competition between people in the office. It was a friendly competition, but nothing, oh, well, this is my area, or this is my person, or this. Everybody was just supportive and wanting me to succeed. That I started believing it myself. So it took that for me to even think that I could be successful.
Well, and that's important to know because sometimes so you were comfortable in your job. You're comfortable in your surroundings and what you were doing. Were you still living paycheck to paycheck in the other job?
Well, we are a 2-income household. So, but I wasn't living paycheck to paycheck, but my paychecks weren't great.
It took someone showing faith in you and telling you they had faith in you for you to really take it to another level. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And my husband has always told me that he has faith in me, knows I can do all of these wonderful things. My kids, they're supportive and wonderful. But you hear those things from your family every day.
Yes.
Right. And you're grateful for the support and it's wonderful and that's amazing. But it took an outside person that had never met me that had, I don't know, he spent a couple of days calling around, I guess, doing his research on me. But from the little research he was able to do, he met with me and had that, I guess, unwavering faith in me that I was going to be an amazing, successful person and that I needed to work with his company. And it took that for me to realize, okay, maybe I can do something. And it has just blossomed into something wonderful.
So I want to kind of reiterate a few things as people are listening to this podcast. One of the reasons behind this podcast is to inspire other women. And some of my podcast guests are business owners, some are writers, some are artists. We have people across the spectrum, and everyone is kind of pursuing their goals and their dreams. And you have found, it sounds like you have found your dream in helping others, like working for somebody else, helping others attain their dreams. Is that kind of accurate?
Yes, absolutely.
And And you're very down to earth. You talked about a lot of things I didn't even know you were going to talk about, and you didn't either. You've been very open and honest. And I think that vulnerability is what resonates with people, because there's the woman listening to this podcast right now who her hair is a mess. She's living paycheck to paycheck. She's got dogs, she's got cats, she's got babies around her, and she doesn't know how to make it to that next level. And she may not have somebody like your boss that says, I have faith in you. I believe you can do it. So you're a real person who's been through those same things that she has gone through, or she may be in right now. What would you say to that woman who is like, that's great for Anya, but I have nobody here showing me support. I have nobody who has faith in me. What would you say to that woman?
I would say the faith that you have in yourself and the drive that you have in yourself to succeed far outweighs any faith that anybody else has in you. Mm-hmm. It just took me, my now boss, for me to realize that. He had faith in me to succeed, and he knew that I was going to do well. And it took him pushing me for me to be able to see that I am my best cheerleader. I push myself more than anybody else can push. I don't have people pushing behind me and telling me to succeed. If you don't have somebody in your life that's saying, hey, you can do this, give me a call. I'll be that motivation that you need. We'll find a group of strong, empowered women or men to help build that faith that you need in yourself. But really, you've got it in you. You just got to unlock it.
Uh-huh. That's awesome. And you actually just answered one of the other questions I usually ask. I'm not even going to ask that one now, because I think that's one thing that you are doing now that maybe you didn't do before, is that you do have faith in yourself. And you just said that you wish other women knew that they had that faith with them. They don't need that external or outside person to say that you can do something, that you actually have it within you. You just have to believe in yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I spent a very long time not believing in myself. And now I do. And as soon as I was able to flip that switch, I was able to figure out that, I don't need somebody else. I don't need anybody else. I need me. I need to believe in myself and what I can do. I know what I can do. Now I need to do it. The motivation is every morning waking up and thinking, all right, I'm on the right side of the dirt. I woke up this morning. It's a good day. It's a reset button. Let's go. What are we going to accomplish? And it's just pushing yourself to become a better version of you, whether it's personally or professionally. You are your best cheerleader.
Yeah. How did you flip that switch? Was it something that is there something you can point to that you did that helped you flip that switch so that you did believe in yourself and had that internal motivation?
Actually, yes. For me, it was a client. So this client called me, and of course, I've never spoken to them before, never met them in person. They called me and they started just drilling me with all of these questions. I mean, I was on the phone for probably a good 2 hours, and they were just hammering me question after question after question. And I didn't have to say even one time, well, let me get back to you. I'm not sure. I knew every single answer. I didn't have to go look it up while I'm sitting there on the phone. I was like, wow, okay, hold on a second. I feel really good about myself. These are answers that I'm confident in, and I know how to do this. It just took that one client pressuring me and pushing me, trying to find the error in my knowledge.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, I can actually do this. I can answer your questions, And there are times when I don't have the answer, and it's okay that I don't have the answer because I'll find it.
Yeah.
But having that one conversation with this man, I had all the confidence in the world afterwards. I got off the phone and I told my husband, I said, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe I could actually answer every single question. And I didn't get stressed out the whole time. It was great. So just that was, for me, that was the, I guess, turning point in being able to have confidence in myself. Because he couldn't stump me.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people that can, by the way. Don't. I'm not saying I can't be stumped, but this was a very challenging client and a very challenging circumstance, and I was able to, well, essentially come out on top. So,
what is one thing that you're doing now that you wish more women knew they could do?
That I'm doing now. Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't know, because I'd say maybe you can juggle life, you can juggle work, you can juggle kids, and the whole time you feel like you're juggling and you're not enjoying. And I've finally gotten to a point where I can actually sit down and have intentional time and enjoy my friends and my family. And that's something that I would say that everyone needs to do. Don't stress so much about work and about everything that you're juggling. Spend that extra time just being you. I have that dedicated, intentional time because it allows you to decompress. You have to decompress. You need to spend time on yourself or with your family where you're not focused on work the entire time. You're not focused on all the to-do lists and everything, because when you're so caught up in that world, you have no time to relax. You have no time to focus on your own mental health and awareness, and just kind of, you got to get recentered.
What was the mindset shift in you that got you that point?
I realized I was working more and talking to my clients more and everything than I was talking to my family. I had a huge shift. I was spending almost every waking hour working, actively working, and there was no time for enjoying life. It was just push, 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 work, work, work. And as soon as I realized it was one of my kids, we don't have cell phones at dinner. Like dinner table, no cell phones. That's like family time. But for some reason, for the first little while that I was doing this job, I was the exception. If I didn't answer the phone, then I lost a client. I lost a deal. I didn't get to have that client interface. And so we were losing money. If I didn't answer the phone, we were losing money. And one of the kids looked at me, and my phone rang at the dinner table, and they said, "Mom, really? Again?" Like, yeah, no, I need to lead by example and not anything else. And that was like the turning point. Of course, it took a little bit more practice.
Yeah.
And time. I just didn't want my kids to think that my work was more important than them, because it's not. It's absolutely not. But that was a huge shift in the way I thought, because here I'm like, no, I need to work. I need to make money. I'm paying the bills. I'm, food on the table and whatever, right? None of it's more important than the time that we get to spend with each other. So that was definitely my turning point at the dinner table with the phone ringing.
And I think that's where we're going to end this part of the interview. I do want to, because there's no better way to end that. I do want people to know how they can contact you if they want to work with you, whether it's, to get some education about the home buying process, about we haven't even talked about buying homes for investment. How can people reach out to you? How can they find you, and how can they work with you?
Well, I work for North Alabama Mortgage. I usually give out my cell number and my email to everyone. Doesn't matter who you are. But if I'm at dinner, I'm not going to answer your call.
Boundaries.
There are boundaries for a reason. That's a whole different podcast.
It is. That's a whole episode by itself. Yes.
That is definitely an episode by itself. But yeah, my email is Anya, Anya, at northalabamamortgage.com. Shoot me an email and we can exchange numbers.
Well, Anya, thank you so much. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't discuss today?
There are so many things that there's not enough time. But I did want to say thank you so much for inviting me onto your podcast and for having faith in me and trusting me with this. That was very sweet. And I really appreciate you, the work you do. Oh my goodness. And my clients love you. And just the amazing human you are.
Well, thank you so much. And I do appreciate you saying that. That's super sweet. That shows your character, that you would say that. So I do appreciate that. And, for those of you who are listening, I hope you've enjoyed meeting Anya and hearing her heart and her vulnerability, and just, she's real. I mean, she's just a real person that you can relate to, that struggles and has struggled with some of the same things that, others are. There are women out there who are living paycheck to paycheck. There are women who were raised very poor, and I grew up we grew up poor. So there are a lot of us who have forced our ways into the world, and had to do a little bit with some grit, determination, and some perseverance, and finding that path. And you have done an excellent job of that. And I think that your personality really shines through as you're talking to people, and your heart. You got a pure heart for this. And I think that's what makes you so successful at what you're doing, is you just have a pure heart to help other people. And that's what people get that from you. So thank you so much, Anya, for being my guest today. And I will have your contact information in the show notes. So anyone who's listening, you can be able to just click a link and get right to Anya. I want to thank you all for listening to Legacy Her Way. If today's conversation inspired you, and it should have, moved you or made you think differently about what legacy means. And also I would include, as Anya said, legacy and success. Everybody has a different definition of those, and let that be you define your legacy and your success. So be sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling generous, you can leave a review to help more women find inspiration for their own path to legacy. Until next time, keep building boldly, loving deeply. We've heard that today from Anya, and living your legacy her way. Thank you.